Welcome to a Toast to the Men Network with your guy, SD Booker. Thanks for joining me, Toasters. Let's get into it. Toasters, I like to people watch. I like to study human behavior to see how people move, react, how they respond to things, how they initiate things. Yeah, just how they move. I like to do that, whether it's from afar or in close encounters. So recently, I'm at a spot at a lounge / restaurant, and I'm there on business. I got one of my business partners with me, and it's a busy night, but we're there on business, so we're standing around waiting on the owner. And he's back and forth telling us, "Hey, just hold tight, hold tight. He'll be with us." And so we're waiting, and right when the owner comes up to us and goes, "Okay, let's go." He's gonna take us to another area of his establishment because we're scoping the place for a potential location for the movie. Well, one of the locations for the movie, Perfect Match. And so he's gonna take us to this area that we're gonna rent out because it's a huge spot. And we need to negotiate, talk business. Well, I'm talking business with them. I hired the other guy. Right before we're about to walk off, this lady comes up to me, and I recognize her immediately. And so we smile and hug and we start chatting. And who this woman is she's a patron of a cigar lounge I go to. One of the cigar lounges I go to. She frequents this spot, and we've never really had a conversation or anything. We've been in the middle of a conversation that was going on between other men, but she and I have not really spoken like that. But but it was just surprising and a pleasure to be somewhere so far out and to see someone that you recognize that you encounter at another spot. So, and I hadn't seen her in a while, and so I said, "Well, hey, I'm about to head off. I'm about to go walk around the spot, but when I'm done, I'll come back and holler at y'all." So she's at the bar. She said she's at the bar with a homegirl. I said, "Yeah, I'll come by the bar before I leave." And so we do that. We make our rounds. We do the tour. We work out a deal. And me and my boy head back to the front. And I tell my boy, I said, "Hey, let me go over here to the bar real quick and holler at her." And so I go over there. And so, yeah, it was like, "Yeah, this is our first time here." She's with a homegirl. She's like, "Yeah, this is our first time here. We were told about it." And I'm like, yeah. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, doing some business and, scoping out the spot, see if it's something, we want to pursue as far as on the locations." And so I said, "Yeah, but I've been here before. It's a cool spot." Yeah. And so we go on, and she's talking about the spot we know each other from. I said, "Yeah, that's one of my favorite spots." And she's like, "Where else do you go?" And we start naming places. She's naming places, I'm naming places. And she names one of these places, a cigar spot. I go, "Yeah, it's cool, but it's too big for me. I like intimate spots. And also, yeah, I don't like the bartender, man. One of the bartenders there is just rude. And yeah, I ain't dealing with that." And so they were like, "Who?" Her and the homegirl, like, "Who?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know her name." But and they started naming people, and they named the name, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's her." And the homegirl who's sitting on the other side of her is like, "No, she's cool. She's cool." I used to think that too about her. I used to think she was rude, but until I got to know her, that's just her personality. And but she's cool. She's cool. You just got to get to know her. I say, "Well, I don't want to get to know her. I just want to do business." So that's it. I like, I said this. I'm like, we're not smashing. I'm not smashing that. I'm not pursuing it. I'm not dating her. It's just business. I just want to do business. I don't want to deal with all the other stuff where I got to get to know her personality and accept her quirks and, you know, her weirdness or whatever. I don't want to do that. Just handle me in a professional way. I just want to do business. That's it. And the woman I know is just sitting there. She's not responding. She's not acknowledging my take. She's not acknowledging her friend's take. She's not disputing it, anything. She's just sitting there looking at me. I'm standing up. They're sitting down because I don't plan to be there long. I just came to speak. So I can see the friend on the other side is getting perturbed. She's getting irritated because I'm not siding with her. And I'm not catering to her friend's need of entitlement or attention. And she's getting frustrated. And she says again, yeah, you just got to get to know her, I said. And I repeat it, I do not want to get to know her. I have nothing against her, but I know enough people. I deal with enough women. I don't need anything else on my table. Personality-wise, energy-wise, I don't need anything else. I just want to do business. That's it. I get cigars, I may buy a drink. Let's just do an exchange. I give you money, you provide a service or a product. That's it. And so she just turns away. The friend turns away. And I go, oh, all right. So me and the woman I know, we talk a little bit more. And I was like, well, hey, I'm about to get out of here, whatever. Bam, I leave. Me and my boy leave. I go home. Well, we go to another place. And then later, I go home. You know, I change. It's like, yeah, I'm going to get out. And so I get out that night. I go to another spot, kind of in the same area as the spot I was at before when I ran into the woman I know. So I went to that spot. And about 30 minutes in, who do I see? I see the woman I know and her friend in the spot. They see me, we make eye contact. They come over, smiling, hugging. You can tell they've had a couple of drinks now. The friend, she's in a good mood, great mood. I mean, hugs me tightly, kisses me on the cheek. You know, the friend I know, the woman I know, she's not a friend, the woman I know, you know, she hugs me, embraces me. So they're in a good mood. And so I was like, damn, okay. There was a little slight tension with her friend earlier, but hey, liquor solves all, right? So, you know, I'm there for about an hour. They're there for about an hour. So we cross paths throughout the night, chat a little bit, you know, bam. Night ends. I see the woman I know the next day at the cigar lounge we originally know each other from. I see her there. And she starts to tell me how she agreed with me. She agreed with my take on the bartender at the cigar lounge. I was having a dispute over, or a disagreement over, with her friend. She agreed. She agreed with me. She agreed with me so much that she has written or emailed the owner and the manager about this young lady at least 2 times. She has reported her at least 2 times about her behavior, her rudeness, her lack of attention to detail. Yeah, she has reported her. But she didn't say anything verbally or body-wise when we're at that restaurant/lounge and I was having this disagreement with her friend about this young lady. She didn't say anything. And man, it made me realize, just watching that, just thinking over that, reflecting over that, made me realize, like, man, women are so different than men, and women have this sense of entitlement that's out the roof. That's out the roof. And is it all women? I would hope not. But there's levels to this too. So I think it's in all women, but there's levels. But for the young lady who works at the cigar lounge, for her to think it's okay to have this type of attitude, and obviously not just with me, but with most people, this is just her way. And to kind of find out, she's like that with her manager. Like, that's wild. She's had verbal disputes and has been insubordinate in front of customers with the manager. But that's wild. So, you know, the gall, the audacity to move around like that when you're getting a paycheck is just so different how the typical man moves. But then for the friend to try to justify this young lady's behavior and try to put the onus on me, that I have to accept the behavior. I have to get to know this young lady. And that's just the way she is. When I simply want to do business. I simply want to do business. It shows me, man, there's a real problem. But then the lady I know, for her to not say anything, not call her friend out, and she wouldn't even have to call her friend out, but not say, hey, I agree with you. She doesn't have to reveal that she's reported this young lady a couple of times. But just say, I get your point. But to give no pushback, it showed me that women are non-confrontational with women. Even though when the girl's in the wrong, when the girl is delusional, they won't confront them because they don't want the confrontation. They don't want to risk losing that person as a confidant. They don't want to risk losing the relationship, pissing them off. And they probably don't want to risk, engaging in hand-to-hand combat, because it can go there with women if you got two women that are very emotional. Rarely have I seen two women have a tense argument or a tense disagreement, and it not go left, where they got to be pulled apart, or where cussing isn't involved, or where disrespect isn't involved. They can go there real quick. So that's maybe why she didn't want to engage. But it also made me think, well, hell, man, am I wrong for expecting something else? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are being who they are. They are being what they were designed to be. And I have to remember or remind myself that women naturally, inherently, are emotional creatures and not logical creatures, for the most part. But I'm expecting a logical response, a non-emotional response. So maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe I need to be reminded, like, no, this is natural order. This is what it is. And I think it's important for us men to remember that, or we'll get frustrated. We'll be looking at a situation like, why don't you see this? Why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you checking your girl? Why aren't you checking your daughter, your mom, your sister? And it's because I think a couple of reasons. They think emotionally, but even when they know they're in the wrong, like the woman I knew her friend was in the wrong, knew female bartender was in the wrong. She did not want to chance severing that relationship, because women thrive on connections. Women thrive on sisterhood and community. And she's probably willing to accept certain things from that woman, from that friend, because the friend provides some emotional reliance. She provides some type of safety net, some type of comfort for her. So she probably overlooks a lot and just misses a lot because she's getting something else from that relationship. And I don't think men move like that. And that's not a bad or good thing. We're just different. But it just reminded me that we're different. We're different. And we have to allow women to walk in their essence. That doesn't mean you suppress who you are. Be who you are. But we have to show some leniency, some understanding, some compassion, because that's what makes the world what it is, man, that balance. But never suppress who you are, man. Never bow down. Never suppress your masculinity, your principles, and your sense of order in order to pander, to their femininity or the way they think and process things, their feelings. Never do that. But sometimes it's just good to watch and understand and recognize, disengage. Because I'm not in a relationship with any one of those women, and that's why I really didn't engage with the friend's friend, because I got no skin in the game with her. So why would I engage like that with a woman? Man, I don't even know the girl's name, man. So why would I do that? So that's why I was like, I just want to do business. And I really didn't engage with her in the back and forth. But yeah, it's just wild, man. When I sat back and thought about it, it's like, wow, that's just wild how the way women think and process things, the sense of entitlement, and then how they don't like to confront each other and call each other to the carpet because they don't want to lose the connection. But then we'll come back around to me and like, hey, you're right. You're so right. I've even done this. Like, damn. Some wild stuff, man. Wild stuff, but it's life, it's people. And yeah, this video wasn't even really to blame women or propel men. I want us to be more cognizant, man, of what we are, who we are, while we're here. And women being emotional, not really relying on logic as much as men, plays an important role in society. It really does. But we can't be overpowered with it. We just can't. We gotta try to balance that thing out some kind of way. And that comes from understanding and acceptance of who we are and who our counterparts are. As always, toasters, from me to you, love. Peace.